we can combat them the best.
Barbara, have you seen, or do you feel like in any way the future is going to hold some sort of nuclear exchange with these aliens, or are we going to do that to ourselves?
Unfortunately, I do, because it's always been in the past like that. There's many places on the planet that we have evidence of past nuclear wars. What they try to do and what they want to do right now is apparently just the same thing as the flood. They want to wipe out, well, like the Georgia Guidestones say, 5.5 billion of us have 500 million left, and therefore start a new civilization. So do I think they're going to use the atomic weapons against us? Yes. I do. Do you, Daniel, or what do you think?
Well, I mean, we've had a lot of people on the program that said that in the future, whether through visions or dreams or through knowledge even given from the aliens, that at some point there's going to be a nuclear exchange, but it's usually man on man, and I haven't, I don't know about man against alien or alien against man with the use of nukes. It didn't seem that the aliens would even have a nuke. It seemed like they would have something even more advanced than that.
Well, let's put it like this. One of the big, right now, people, who is, I've forgotten his name. His name is one of the Shahs in Pakistan. He's the big, right now, nuclear, he sells a lot of the nukes to the different countries, and he's one of the Illuminati. So obviously Pakistan and the nuclear weapons, including Putin. Putin is a vampire. He's a snake. And, if he decides, he's working with Bush. Bush Company are reptiles also. So by no means is he they're good friends. And if they decide to do a nuclear exchange, they will, Bush has already bought his property in Paraguay, 100,000 acres, next to Reverend Moon. I mean, they're going to bug on out. And they also have all the big, octopus underground shelters. So once Putin and, again, the Chinese dragons decide to, although China's a little different issue, but once Putin and Bush or the Illuminati decide to go to war, they will bug on out and get out of here and let humanity die.
Really? And they're going to pick up the pieces and rule the world from beyond the grave?
Well, I'd like to not see that happen because, this just hurts them more. And a good example is they think that, they'd like to have our aura ability, our ability to create matter with our minds. They'd like to have these abilities and they can't, and it frustrates the heck out of them.
Really?
So, that's why we have white. I have one friend, you may have heard of Vance Davis.
No.
And his aura came out as completely white with bird feathers.
Wow.
Okay? On the aura filters. And the reptiles have red filters, orange and red. Their auras.
Yes.
And that means that their ability, it's not just the aura, it's where they're at. In other words, they're a lower frequency. So they don't have the abilities, and they wish they did. So,
well, good. We can go and say, we can do what you can't do, and I guess it's kind of prideful. But hey, now we've got some more questions coming in on the Fast Blast. Barbara, do you believe reptilians and Dracos are Satan's children or bloodline?
Okay, Satan means the house of the S. It means I am of the house of the flying S. T means flyers to me. So an N means house, and A means I am, and S means I am the house of the SS. The Orion house, essentially, Orion Draconian house. Okay. And so, excuse me, what was the question again? You wanted to know?
Well, yeah. Are they Satan's children or his bloodline?
Well, they're the S. They're the reptilian house. Satan, to me, literally means how. S house, S house. A lot of our bad words. You tell a child not to excuse. Can I say this on the radio?
Oh yeah.
the word ass?
Yeah.
Okay, that means IMSS. And they don't like us to say those terms because it refers to them and it puts a negative vibe into them. So a lot of those terms are really terms they don't want us to use because we've intuitively known to use them against them.
So if we call them an ass, they don't like that.
That's right. That's right.
Really? Now, how?
But that means, I know you are an SS, and therefore I know what you are. Well, they don't like that.
Well, I'm all for aggravating the reptiles. I mean, it's just, I don't like them. They got, slits for a mouth and big black eyes. I mean, it bug anybody. Hey, we got this question, though, and I don't know if this is a misunderstanding of something we may have discussed in the first hour, but the question is, if we humans have owl DNA. Did you say we have owl DNA?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's why our eyes face forward like the owl. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, then this is a good question. I'll continue. If we as humans have owl DNA, how come the reptiles at the Bohemian Grove worship a large owl? Isn't that a paradox?
They don't worship it. They don't. They simply sacrifice humans and the reptiles that have gone against them at the owl. And I put up, when Alex Jones did his photography of the Bohemian Grove, I went in and enhanced the pictures and enlarged them so you could really see what was going on. I have quite a few pages on, the leading person there was a Draco reptile. When you really got a close-up of him. You see, they have a big moat between the people who are standing there, maybe humans, and there may be reptiles standing there. But they have a big orchestra, and they have a big moat between them and the owl and the actual areas of fire.
Yeah.
But these are fire pits, and I blew up, not only were they were sacrificing all types of people, including babies.
Wow.
And children.
They got to die.
It was horrible. When I blew it up, you can go and see it. It's horrible.
Oh, well, the only good alien's a dead alien. That does it right there. When they talk about the children, I was going to bring that up because we've had other people on this show that say that somehow children are insidiously involved. Somehow they're abducting them, and even Sherry Schreiner said one time that the reasons there are 150,000 children missing every year on the back of our milk boxes because they're being taken. I mean, there's got to be some reason.
That's true.
There's got to be some reason they're all disappearing. And they can't, in this country, it's hard to disappear. Although, I guess even the illegal immigrants are they, the businesses know who they are, so they're not like really hid, but kind of crazy. But when it talks about the kids, that makes me want to poke an alien big. Hey, I tell you what.
It was, when I really did the blow-ups and enlargements and really looked at what, and showed, you can go to those web pages on the Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
I've got about 5 or 6, and saw them, the roasting the people.
Whoa.
It's horrible.
Yikes.
I mean, it's just horrible, but this is what they do. They have to, according to their shape-shifting ways and their lying ways, they have to eat us in order to shapeshift.
Yeah. Okay, so now, I'm sure somebody just heard you say that humans are roasted, and it's probably very shocking to them. But the whole interview so far, Barbara, you've been very knowledgeable and very matter of fact. I mean, do you think that? And I guess somebody's asking this question in their mind. I mean, it kind of briefly went past my mind, I guess, but not totally. But at any point, did peyote do anything to your mind at all? Maybe. Or so. I'm just asking. I'm not. I'm just saying.
Oh, you mean adverse?
Yeah. I mean, is it possible? Because
I don't think so.
Well,
no. I think mostly peyote. In fact, it's a mild plant to me.
Okay. Well, let me ask you. Hold on for a second.
It really cleans the body. It helps.
Okay.
If you're sick, it helps your body. The Indians often use it as against cancer, against any kind of disease.
Okay. Let me. Okay, I understand that. You said that in the first hour, but I'm just maybe devil advocate here, but it's something we have to ask, and we'll come back. But you said that you had tried different things. I think what was that? The other
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. Okay, so you had a couple, and then you said that you learned things through maybe a teacher or a seer or something. People told you or taught you different things. Could it be that you were seeking something, and perhaps they told you these things, and in your state of maybe residual peyote hangover, you accepted them? I mean, is that possible?
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
In other words, the reptiles would say, oh, they always tell me this, oh, she needs meds. Anybody that goes against them, they say they need, the pharmaceuticals, to keep them controlled.
Yeah.
And that's their major term to me. You need meds, blah.
Yeah.
And of course they know I don't.
Okay.
You know, and some of them have literally come and said to me, we wish you were on our side, but you're not. The first, when I really started attacking